Hi, I'm Senthil, Partner Solutions Architect, AWS.
Hi, I'm Vivek Bharati, Ecosystem Product Leader at IBM Software. Well, Senthil, I'm so excited to talk about one of the hardest problems that Agentic AI can potentially solve in the finance LOB land, which is order to cash. In most businesses, revenue does not stall because demand is weak. It stalls because decisions are slow. When a customer places an order, that transaction often enters a chain of manual reviews, credit checks, margin validations, inventory confirmations, fraud screening, and policy approvals. Sales operations use it, credit analysts review it, finance validates exposure, operations confirms availability. You see how many different layers of approvals this has to go through before you start to see the dollars hit your ledger, right? Each checkpoint reduces risk, which is good, but at the same time, they also introduce latency. It slows your business down. Revenue has to wait in line. This is definitely not a really good business outcome, but with agentic AI, I think we have the potential to change that. And Senthil, if you could maybe take us through a solution architecture that you think will work and help solve this problem with both AWS and IBM solutions that we have.
Sure. So here we have an autonomous order to cash model, right? So in this model, when an order gets placed, it becomes a real time signal instead of just a ticket into the system, right? So that's step one. The moment the order is placed, an event gets triggered, right? So, and the event is published into Amazon Managed Service for Apache Kafka or Amazon MSK. Before any action is taken, the governance layer, which is the IBM Event Gateway, in tandem with IBM webMethods hybrid integration, which is running as SaaS in an IBM managed account, it validates the event schema. It makes sure that policy rules are enforced. It confirms credit exposure thresholds. And it also makes sure we are complying to any regulatory requirements, right? So you see all of the things that it does. So what we get out of this is autonomy begins with control, not after that. Now, we saw an event gets published into the Amazon MSK topic. The IBM Event Gateway, it creates an abstracted virtual view of that topic for the AI agent, right? So the AI agent consumes the event through the IBM Event Gateway. Now, once it has all the information from the event that's consumed, it retrieves the customer's credit profile from the ERP system. Now, it does that through an API that's exposed through the Amazon API gateway, right? So that's step 4. Now, once it gets that information from the ERP system, it analyzes the customer's payment behaviors, and it also analyzes if the customer has any dispute history from the CRM system, right? So it can either do that directly, or it can, again, invoke an API that talks to your CRM system. Now, if any kind of external context is required, say, for example, you need to get an EDI-based purchase order, or you want partner confirmations if a third party is involved, then those inputs are normalized into an event stream and processed back again. Also, if you want to do something like a managed file transfer, right, things that you do with EDIs, you have legacy formats that are involved. Or even you want to skip all that, you want to go modern, like I mentioned, go through APIs through the Amazon API Gateway, which is a fully managed service. You bring all of this into a unified decision fabric. Now, the agent evaluates the order holistically. It looks at credit risk, it looks at fulfillment feasibility, It looks at fraud signals, margin anomalies, right? Make sure you get the right margins, and also make sure you have the right contractual terms put in place. Now, all of this happens within milliseconds, right? So it determines the next step of action based on what it's found. With all this, it's done in real time. Let's say there are medium risk transactions that the AI agent has determined. That might trigger payment adjustments or adjusted payment terms, or even in some cases, prepayment requests. Let's say it found a high risk order. It might place it on hold, and it might invoke a workflow. And for that, it might invoke another AI agent or a set of AI agents. Those could be running in Amazon Bedrock Agent Core, right? Or it could be a workflow application that takes care of high risk orders. This is automation in a nutshell. All of this is happening within milliseconds instead of days.
That's great. I really like the risk-based approach to managing your orders versus taking a generic approach that can slow your business, slow your revenue management processes. So essentially, Senthil, from what you laid out and what I understand, when an order is approved, downstream processes can be orchestrated autonomously and automatically with agents. The inventory is reserved, invoices are generated, shipments are scheduled, customers are notified, and revenue forecasts are automatically updated. No sales operations intervention, no credit desk bottleneck. Governance remains intact, and every decision is logged and explainable so you can go back and do a review if required. And the revenue flows at the speed of the event rather than getting slowed down by some of the traditional business processes. Order to cash now becomes a governed intelligent system executing revenue in real time versus a sequence of manual gates. Well, thank you so much, Senthil, for taking us through the O2C architecture powered by Agentic AI.
Thank you so much. Thank you for watching this video.